Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's class. We're a couple minutes early, so that's absolutely fantastic. And tonight's class is about goal setting. Why are we talking about goal setting? Well, let's face it, so many of us out there with this holiday that's coming up just in a couple of days called New Year's make these things called New Year's resolutions. And you know, the vast majority of people do not follow through on these New Year resolutions. And it's because they say things like, I want to lose weight, or I want to jog, or I want to whatever, fill in the blank. It does not matter what you want to do, you have to have certain things in place to help you succeed. So this class is meant to help you set yourself up for success rather than setting yourself up for failure. New Year's resolutions are typically setting yourself up to fail. And if you don't plan to succeed, you are planning to fail. So, one big thing that I have to mention is when you're doing a goal setting, you have to do it smartly. And we'll get to that. That's actually an acronym, okay? SMART as an acronym for goal setting. One part of it is to write it very specific, okay? So you want to make sure that whatever you're saying is very specific, not broad. So you don't want to say, I want to run. You want to say, how do you want to run? I want to jog. I want to be able to run a 4-minute mile. I want to be able to run a marathon. I want to be able to whatever in that path. So it doesn't matter what your goal is that you're setting, you have to set up that goal very specifically. Okay, so make sure that when you're thinking of what you want to set as a goal, you write it very specifically. Then M is measurable. So you want to make sure that you put some sort of measurement. Like I said, I want to run a 4-minute mile, or I want to run a 9-minute mile, or whatever the case may be. 4-minute mile is like professional marathon runners. They can do that. Professional track runners and things like that might be able to get to the 4-minute mile mark. It's very unachievable for the vast majority of us. However, if that's your goal, great, write it down, and then you have to write sub goals to get there. Okay, so you want it specific, you want it measurable. So if you want to lose weight, which a lot of people choose that, I want to lose how much weight? Well, I want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, great. You want to lose 20 pounds. Well, do you want to lose 20 pounds of muscle, 20 pounds of fat? Do you want to lose a certain amount of inches? Do you want to lose what, right? So again, specificity, and again, making it measurable, okay? SMA, so A is for accountable, all right? How can you hold yourself accountable to these? So I want to do this, and I want this person to be my person to check in with, okay? If you want us as an accountability partner, that's fine. I'm more than happy to help you with that. I will ask you, I'll program my computer so that it pops up, ask about XYZ at your visit, and it'll ask, right? And we can be your accountability partner. So you want to have it specific, you want to have it measurable, you want to make it accountable, right? R, pardon me, I just lost it. Reasonable. So you want to make it reasonable. So if you are, let's say you're 400 pounds and you want to weigh 200 pounds and you say, I want to lose 200 pounds by February. Are you becoming an amputee? Because that might be the only way, right? That is not a good thing. And I'm sorry to make that joke. I don't mean any disrespect to anybody out there, but it's an impossibility to lose 200 pounds in 2 months. Okay? So it has to be reasonable. I want to run a 4-minute mile and I've never ran a mile in my life. It ain't happening, right? It's just not happening. I want to run a 15-minute mile. Okay, that might be possible, right? So it has to be reasonable. Whatever your goal is, it has to be specific. It has to be measurable. It has to be achievable, accountable, and it has to be reasonable, right? The next one is there has to be a time stamp to it. So if you want to lose weight, it has to have a reasonable time stamp. So 200 pounds, great. You want to lose that, but you want to lose that in 2 months, not great. Not reasonable, not a good time stamp. Nobody's going to hold you accountable to that, right? Unless they're sadists, I guess, maybe. And it's not very specific. I want to lose 200 pounds, right? I want my BMI score to drop by 5%, by 20%, whatever the case is, within the next 6 months. And I'm going to do that by exercising 5 days a week. How am I going to exercise? I'm going to do 20 minutes of cardio. I'm going to be doing 20 minutes of cardio, then I'm going to lift weights, then I'm going to do strength training, then I'm going to go back and do a warm down or cool down swim for 20 minutes. Then I'm going to do a sauna for 15 minutes or what have you, and you're writing all of this out. That is actually becoming a much more specific, much more measurable, much more accountable, achievable, reasonable, and much, much more specific with time too. So writing goals, you have to be so specific with these things, and you have to make them something that you can actually achieve. I want to, so let's see, for me, for a goal, I want to, It's a good question. I haven't thought about my goals for next year, other than goals that I don't want to discuss on here, like things for the business, etc., etc. So I want to attend 7 seminars over the next year. I want 5 of those seminars to be attended with my spouse, and I want 3 of those seminars to be attended with a team member who is additional to my spouse, which means, yes, I want to be able to hire a team member. I want to drive to no more than 3 and fly to no more than 4. So I want to, or fly to no more than 5. I want to take an extended weekend at 1. I want to visit 2 additional chiropractic offices in this time. I want to make sure that TLC, our parent coaching company, or coaches, really. I mean, I hate calling them coaching company because there's so much more than that. So I am filling out my accountability form with them. I will also be on so many different calls that I'm already on. I will reaffirm my accountability to that. And I am doing this through the next calendar year, so January till December. So you see that is measurable because I gave you a certain number that I want to make. Accountable because I have a form that I am giving to somebody else to hold me accountable for it. It is, it is measurable, like I said. It is specific because I'm talking about, now I could, if I'm writing this, I'm going to write about each individual one, when I want to get it registered, when I want to have it paid for, when I want to have the hotels and the airfare, or the hotels and the fuel economy set up and everything else. All that's written out. I mean, so to write a very specific goal, it's paragraphs. It's not, I want to go to a seminar. Okay. What seminar? When? Where? How? Why? What do you hope to gain from it, etc., etc., etc.? You see how I'm going with this. So writing goals is exceptionally difficult. It's exceptionally difficult. And people who write goals for a living, like myself, what? Yeah, I write goals for each and every one of my patients. Now I make them simple, right? I don't make them very specific. I do make them measurable. I do make them achievable, reasonable, and I do put a point of time to them. So I do make it a SMART goal, though it is a simplified SMART goal. Okay? And if a patient sits down and says, I want to achieve this, okay, let's set up the blueprint for success by writing a very specific goal and very structured goal. So that way it is achievable, it is manageable, it has a beautiful time, it's reasonable to achieve, it's specific, it's measurable, all of that, right? So it matters big time, because if you're doing this appropriately, if you're writing these goals specifically enough, you can find back to where you fell off and get back on track. It is much easier than if you happen to just write a simple goal of, I want to lose 40 pounds or whatever the case may be. I want to eat healthier. I love that goal. I'm going to eat healthier. I have so many patients that say, I want to eat healthier. Okay, what does that mean? I want to limit myself to fast food no more than one time per month, or one meal per month would be even more specific. Or I want to limit myself to only being able to order one meal combo per month. That's extremely specific. Because one meal could still be, I'm going to go get, let's see, a Big Mac meal, and then I'm going to go over to and get a Whopper meal, and then I'm going to go over and get a Butterburger meal. And so, okay, I've got all these meals, and that's my one fast food, and so I'm going to chow down on this and stuff myself. No, that's not a good thing, right? If there's any wiggle room, if you can find a loophole in your goal, it is not written correctly. So, these are not easy, but they hold you accountable just by what they are. So I would love it in the comments for you to write what your goal is, and let's build that goal to be a SMART goal for you. I will ask you questions. How do you want to achieve this, etc., etc., to write that goal specifically enough for you. Or, better yet, come into the office. Sit down with me. Let's write a goal for you. I'm more than happy to help you guys do this. I know many of you out there have big time goals. They might be goals for financial success. They might be goals for fitness. They might be goals for longevity of life. They might be goals for any number of different things. I will sit down and help you, because all of those will help reduce stress, and stress causes subluxations, and subluxations are what we deal with here. So I'm happy to help you reduce the frequency or the intensity or the duration that you are subluxated because you are stressed out over X, Y, or Z. If I ever see a patient starting to stress out, I will do everything in my power to reduce that. And I hope you all understand that. Many of my patients here know that that is my number one goal for them, is not necessarily to get them out of pain, but to reduce their stress so that then their body can heal appropriately. You see, your body is what does the healing, not me, not even the adjustment. The adjustment removes the interference. Then your body does the healing. Our bodies are self-healing, self-regulating organisms, and they are absolutely amazing if given the chance to perform as they are supposed to. It's what I want to do for you. It's what I want to do for everybody else. We've talked about goal setting here for a little bit. But how many people have ever actually set up a goal like this, right? How many people have ever sat down and really set up true goals? How many people know somebody that would be willing to do that? And we are here at My Family. We're here to help you, because I want every single patient here to feel as though they're part of our extended family, that they're here not just to be a patient, but they're here to find ways to better themselves. It's huge. I don't do these classes for me. I don't like looking at myself in the phone. I don't do them for me. I don't even do them for you. I do them to better our community. And I hope that's why you watch these, and I hope that's why you put forth effort at home to take one thing away from this. Maybe your one thing is you're going to make your goals measurable this time. Maybe you're going to make your goals achievable or accountable. You're going to find somebody to hold you accountable to your goals, or maybe you're going to put a specific time frame on it, or whatever the case is. Even if you make your goal just one of those acronyms better, you're on the road to better health. It's huge. That's why I do it. Because even the longest of journeys starts with a single step. All I'm asking you to do is take a single step toward better health, and I'm here to help you. So I hope you guys have gotten something out of this class. I know if you're paying attention, you definitely have. And I hope you reach out, put a comment in below. Let's build these goals together. Let's reach out. Let's interact. Let's spread this to the community. Let's help each other achieve a better life and reduce stress among our neighbors so that we do not have fighting, but we have flourishing. I hope you all have a beautiful evening tonight. I hope you had a very, very Merry Christmas, a very happy Hanukkah, a very merry, happy whatever out there that you celebrate. I hope it was everything you could ever dream of, and I hope each and every one of us out here has an amazing year coming forth. So I wish you a beautiful Happy New Year. I wish you a very wonderful evening and great spinal health. Take care, and we'll see you later this week for your adjustments. Bye-bye.